Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the show. You know what to do. Get your Fade to Black T-shirts. The links are below. 2 shirts, 2 ways to get them. Everything is signed. Everything includes shipping. Get yourself a Game Changer membership today. Help support everything that we do here at Fade to Black. All right, busy news day today, but I'm going to start with this. On this day in history, 1991, the Persian Gulf War, triggered by Iraq's occupation of Kuwait in August of 1990, began on this day in 1991 with a U.S.-led air offensive against Iraq that continued until a ceasefire was declared on February 28th. On this day in 1991. Seems like it was yesterday, doesn't it? Here's your fader fact. Are you ready? In Michael Jackson's song, Smooth Criminal, the line, "Annie, are you okay?" is about Resuscitation Annie, Rushy Annie, the mannequin used for CPR training. Bet you didn't know that, and now you do. That is your fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Right now, as in now, right now, the World Economic Forum, the WEF, is meeting in Davos, Switzerland. This year, more than 60 heads of state, including Israeli President Isaac Herzog, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, French President Emmanuel Macron, and China's second-in-command Li Qiang will be in attendance. That's right. The United States is also sending Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, and Special Presidential Envoy for Climate John Kerry. I thought he just quit, but I guess he's attending. Also, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, OpenAI CEO left and came back CEO Sam Altman is going to be there. That's right, artificial intelligence. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan, and BlackRock CEO Larry Fink. Oh, yeah, there's going to be another 200 elites. That's right. This is where the elite hash out the future of the world over $500 steaks and $100 martinis. It's going down right now in Davos, Switzerland. I messed up every name of every head of state because I don't care. All right. Brutal Arctic blasts are bringing record low temperatures and life-threatening wind chills across a large section of the United States as snow and ice spread from the south all the way to New England. Enough snow fell in New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. to end nearly a 2-year-old long wait for at least 1 inch of snow in 24 hours, something that hasn't happened in more than 700 days in all locations: Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, and Dulles International Airport. Nearly 80% of the United States will see, 80% of the United States will see below freezing temperatures over the next week as another shot of cold air spreads across the country by late week. Numerous daily cold records have already been set in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Memphis, and Nashville. They are all expected to stay below freezing for at least 72 hours. And right now, Renee just posted, it's 75 degrees and sunny in Arizona. It's pretty pleasant here in Palmdale. It's about 60 degrees today. Right after the news, I'm going to go take a ride. All right. Lockheed Skunk Works. I announced this earlier this week, and now there's more news because Lockheed Skunk Works has officially rolled out their X-59 supersonic plane. They did a whole thing, rolled it out for the press and took pictures and video. It's real. It's right over there. It's right down the street. And it's not going to have a sonic boom. They have just announced their test and flight schedule. The X-59 will carry out several flight tests right here at Lockheed Martin Skunk Works. That's right. I think I've already seen it fly. But I'm not supposed to say that. Right? I'm not supposed to say it. But they're going to start the test flights right here before transferring the aircraft to NASA's Armstrong Flight Research Center. Where's that? That's at Edwards Air Force Base, which is also right down the street, and that will serve as its base of operations. Later in 2024, this year, a series of flight tests will be performed over a half a dozen residential communities across the United States, selected to offer a diverse mix of geographic and atmospheric conditions. Get ready. One of those residential communities is my backyard. I can't wait to take pictures. This thing, it's 100 feet long. It's huge. It's like ginormous. But the wingspan is only 29 feet. So think about that. I can't wait to see this thing fly. The world's oldest ever dog, his name was Bobby, it's B-O-B-I, Bobby, who died in October, and I talked about it here on the show, reportedly at age 31, has provisionally lost his title as Guinness World Records investigates his age. Bobby's age had initially been confirmed by the Veterinary Medical Service of the municipality of Leiria, which had said he was registered in 1992 while at SIAC. And also a Portuguese authorized pet database verified everything. However, suspicions began to emerge after Bobby's death regarding the evidence that had reportedly proved his true age. We'll leave that right there. All across the southern and midwestern portions of the United States, large broods of periodical cicadas are preparing to emerge from underground. It's called Brood 19. The largest periodical cicada group is set to emerge in mid-May 2024 in over a dozen states. That's Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. These cicadas, which emerge every 13 years, usually stick around through mid-June. And it's going to be gnarly. Some Texans have been warned that their water is not safe to drink after a weather-related mechanical failure at a processing facility. Residents of Hayes County were warned that, air quotes again, harmful bacteria and other microbes, end quote, may now be present in their water. They have been instructed to boil it before using it for drinking, cooking, or making ice. How about taking a shower? And finally, I'll leave you with this. NASA is laying the groundwork for plans to safely deorbit and land the ISS, the International Space Station, the largest of its kind ever built. Private companies have until February 12th to submit design proposals for a new or modified spacecraft using a large amount of propellant that in the years ahead will dock with the space station and safely crash it into the ocean. NASA plans to award the contract in June for the vehicle, which will be deployed upon the space station's impending retirement in 2030. just in 6 years. Decommissioning the aging cosmic outpost is the shared responsibility of the 5 space agencies that have operated it since 1998. The United States, Russia, Europe, Japan, and Canada. All of those nations have committed to supporting the International Space Station operations through 2030, except Russia, which has agreed to keep going only until 2028. NASA looked at several options for decommissioning the International Space Station, including disassembling it while in orbit, bad idea, or even boosting it to a higher orbit and allowing it to decay naturally before randomly re-entering Earth's atmosphere, a really bad idea, right? All of the options were dangerous and just bad ideas. So they kind of went with the third and fourth worst option. They decided that a controlled, targeted re-entry ending in a crash, landing into a remote ocean unnamed, and they felt that was the safest route. NASA says that many of the space station's modules and hardware are expected to burn up, melt away, or vaporize upon re-entry. The denser and heat-resistant components that may survive the plunge will splash down into an ocean where they are expected to harmlessly sink to the ocean floor. Allegedly. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. That's all of the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. And tonight on Fade to Black, that's right, Danny Sheehan. Danny Sheehan is with us. We're going to be talking about disclosure in the national security state. I'll see you tonight on Fade to Black with Danny Sheehan. Until then, I just have one thing to say. Go back, Lee Tappy.